Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production.
Roll sound.
Rolling.
Sound production. Take 2.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? Now, we're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Or, your father was right. You were an idiot, and everything you watched was stupid. So buckle up, movie aficionados. Over-the-top gore? Check. Over-embellished action? Check. Gratuitous nudity? Double check. Storylines so absurd you could drive a semi-truck through those plot holes. Oh yeah, some of those movies didn't even know what a movie plot was. And that's the way we liked it. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
Whoops. Dun, dun, dun. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
What did I do? Oh. Yay!
Woo!
Yay. Oh, come on. Oh, not.
You okay there, buddy?
No, it's one of those days.
I don't think your audio's coming through your mic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Oh, we almost did it again. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Coming
almost
through
did
your
the same thing. Okay. Yes, I moved everything. We had a room in the house that it was a bedroom, then it was a storage, then a bedroom, then back to storage. Then we did a huge clean out.
Yeah.
And it's at the farthest end of the house, downstairs in a corner. And so I moved everything in. So I don't even really have the lighting up properly. So if you're listening, doesn't mean anything.
If you're watching, though.
But if you're watching, I apologize. I usually look so lit and beautiful. And
Bernie would be so disappointed in you right now.
They're like, wow, this guy looks like shit. Put a little fucking makeup on or something. All right. So we are talking today 2004's Saved. I did see this movie. Did
you?
Yeah, once I started watching it, it all came back.
Yeah.
When we watched the recording of our trailer watch, I wasn't sure if I saw it or not. But I did.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a while. It would have been around that time it came out when I saw it. And it's not a popular movie.
No, it's not, which always surprised me.
And
like, every time I watch it, I'm like, why aren't more people like watching or talking about this?
I learned a couple things. One, Pampers diapers are way better. Like at 3:00 in the morning, if you have regular diapers, your baby is squealing like a little piggy. It's upset. Everyone's up. But if you have Pampers, I watch it on Tubi. So I have fucking commercials. And sometimes you watch Tubi and you get like 1 or 2 commercial breaks.
Yeah.
I had them like every 10 minutes. I don't know why.
That happened when I watched, I don't know what movie it was. Maybe it was Beastmaster. I think I watched it on Tubi. And literally like every 10 minutes, there was another fucking commercial break. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I watched other movies on Tubi where you get like 1 commercial break.
Yeah, one
like
commercial
5
break. 5
minutes into the movie. And then that's it. And you're like, what? Who plans this?
Let's see.
Anywho.
Oh, and I was also watching this Bet MGM Plus Bet something. And they had and I'm like, wow, you guys are really they had this old lady all dressed up and selling the Wheel of Fortune. That's a brave choice. Usually it's some 20-year-old supermodel. And then I'm like, wait a second, is that fucking Vanna White? And oh, that makes sense. It's Wheel of Fortune. I'm like, that is Vanna White. Isn't she like 97 years old?
No.
For her age, she's 68.
Yeah. She looks great for her age.
Oh, I do her. I'm like, Jesus Christ, she looks pretty good for 68.
It's so crazy. Her entire like job has been turning around.
Yeah.
Little like her entire career. And she's
Just
done
turning
very well for
letters.
herself.
Yeah, she does very. Yeah, she got paid a lot of money to turn those letters.
Yeah, she got paid a whole lot of money, and I'm like, good for you, girl. You get your bag.
All right. So let me bring up Saved. 2004, rated PG-13.
Uh-huh.
I watched it with some kids, and it was a couple times. It was very uncomfortable.
I can understand that.
I have like girls, and I like, yeah, this is.
Well, no, because even to this, look, I'm gonna be honest. Even to this day, if I'm watching TV with my dad, and there's some sort of scene that even alludes to sex, I feel so incredibly uncomfortable, and I can't look at him.
Yeah, that's why I want my kids to be like. Just
I
shame.
I mean, I don't know if it's the Catholic in me or if it's just it's weird to talk about anything sex with your parents. Because I mean, what are you gonna do? Look over at your parent, whomever it may be, and be like, "This is really hot, right?" Like you can't. That's weird.
That is weird, and this was weird. So PG-13, it was PG-13. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
have especially daughters.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not the greatest movie to watch with them.
it's awkward. I could see
Yeah.
it being awkward.
Just tell them before you watch it, no eye contact and no questions. I will be taking no questions, and you will not be looking me in the eye while we watch this movie.
Save your questions for the end. Write them down
Yeah.
on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
Don't
and
sign
give
your name to them.
yeah,
I don't
give
want to
them to
know
your
who's
mother,
asking. Give them to your mother.
and then
Oh,
we'll
God.
never speak of this movie again. Yeah, it wasn't okay. Well, let's start off with the box office. Let's start off with the budget.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was because it was it was great cast,
Mm.
and I don't think the budget was huge. It
I
was
don't think it was
actually
huge either.
it was $5 million
That is super low.
for 2004. That's a good budget.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I'm impressed with that, actually.
Let's go to the box office for Saved. I don't think it did very well.
No, I don't think it did very well either.
Worldwide, it did 10.2. It did 8.9 here. So
Mhm.
you know what? It probably squeaked out. And 2004, you were still looking at rentals and sales. So
Yes.
it probably did for its little budget. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It was released on May 28th on the Friday. It opened at number I'm trying to look for it. Where is it? Oh, Jesus Christ. 14.
Okay.
But it was in how many theater? It was only in 20 theaters.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I remember it being very indie, like, this was not a super wide release.
No, and it made 5,200 average per screen, which is better than the second place movie. But
Mhm.
it opened behind The Day After Tomorrow,
Okay, that's a classic.
Shrek 2,
Yeah.
Troy, Raising Helen, Soul Plane, Mean Girls, Van Helsing, Man on Fire, Super Size Me, 13 Going on 30, Breaking All the Rules, Kill Bill Volume 2, Walking Tall, and then we have Saved. But
Oh
I
god,
believe
it did not have a chance.
no, not especially in 20 theaters, but where did it and it stayed in only 20 theaters till June 3rd when it went up to 31.
Mhm.
And then finally in June 11th, it hit 589 theaters.
Oh, wow.
So and but it kept making money. Like considering what it never got more than 592 theaters for a few like a week and then it just dropped casually. So it made decent money for being just an indie type movie limited
Especially if you
release.
consider 592 theaters is nowhere near a full wide release.
No,
Like,
I
this
think
was
they
not.
consider 1,000, like
Yeah.
1,000 theaters is considered a wide release.
So, I mean, the numbers are pretty impressive, and the fact that people just kept watching it, and then it was, like, a month later, they're like, "We should probably add more theaters."
So it might have done a lot better if it got a wide release.
Yeah.
All right. What do we think? And we saw the poster at the beginning here. Let's take a look at it again, which was fine. I like the poster.
Yes.
I like how it's got her with the halo on it and then her with the for everyone listening, it just has your stars up top, the 4 major stars: Saved, Heaven Help Us, and then it has the main characters.
Yes.
With Mandy Moore has the halo around her, and oh my god, I forgot her name already.
Jen
Is it
Malone or
Budget?
Eva Moore? Eva
Jen Malone.
Marie.
Yeah, Malone.
Okay.
And with the little devil things on her.
Yes. And it's good to note that it's saved with an exclamation point.
Yes.
Because every time
Yeah.
I just like search saved, the exclamation point would pop in and auto populate. And I'm like, oh, you're really pushing that.
All right. What do we do? I'm going to say, for Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to say, just trying to share my screen here. I'm going to say that it got good reviews, pretty decent reviews anyways.
I think it's decent, but I also think that this is a very kind of niche kind of film.
Yeah, I can see not everyone liking it.
I see it resonating better with those of us who are not thrilled with the Christian organized religions. We'll put it that way.
And this was at a time when, well, this was 2004. Like, we were now knee deep in Tropic Thunder, like Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Vince Vaughn, like really raunchy out there comedies. So
that was the stuff that was definitely making a lot of money. And you know, kind of the ridiculous, like super teen movies. This was not one of those. This was an incredibly smart movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not as raunchy as a lot of those other movies. It's not as dumb. Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I love the dumb ones. They're great.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
This one's a little more clever than your average Talladega Nights.
Yeah, this one's smarter than She's All That. You know.
All right, let's take a look at it. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, 147 reviews, comes in at 61% positive. Over 100,000 popcorn meter audience, 78%. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty high. I really like that.
I have no idea where we are, but this was your pick, so I will let you do the good ones.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll look for some shitty ones. So you may go first.
Ooh. So a successful mix of John Waters' naughty sass and Frank Capra's cordial sweetness, Saved questions Christianity's constant urgency. Is salvation really unattainable for these teenagers if they're not seeking it this second, every second, 24/7? That's from Nick Rogers at the Midwest Film Journal. His original score was 3.5 out of 4.
All right. Saved starts out as a feisty satire on organized religion, but sputters in its third act to an apologetic footnote for all that has come before. Cole Smithy, colesmithy.com, original score C.
A smart comedy that shouldn't offend anyone who's intelligent enough to know that it's what you believe that matters, not how and when you believe it. Betsy Bozek, DVDjournal.com, her original score is 3 out of 4.
Saved could have been a challenging but affirming movie about the evangelical subculture if handled with some love, acceptance, and tolerance it preaches. 2 out of 4. Todd Hurt's Christianity. Okay, that makes sense.
The idea is inspired and the enthusiasm evident in every aspect of story and performance. That's from Empire Magazine, original score 3 out of 5.
It's a shame the closing morale about a more pragmatic, inclusive approach to spirituality is conveyed with such a heavy hand. Time out. That's it. No, I still like it. Yeah.
I sat through this film with a perma smile, and just thinking about it still makes me laugh. It's from Bill Clark, From the Balcony, original score A.
All right, my last one is, after 2 comically inventive scenes, it quickly turns soft and flat. Andrew Saris, Observer.
Jesus. I'm gonna throw this. There's a sharp, knowing tone to this film that will perhaps be lost on audiences unfamiliar with the American Christian subculture. That's from Rich Klein's Shadows on the Wall. His original score was 3.5 out of 5, but I think he makes a very good point. If you haven't been kind of, I don't want to say assaulted, but assaulted with like modern day evangelical Christianity, a lot of this film might go over your head.
Yeah. Yep. And let's go to IMDb. We have over 50,000 user reviews at 6.7. It's not bad.
Oh.
6.7. You may start with 10.
A must-see for every closeted out straight Christian. I'm Forever One, 10 out of 10.
And I get off. Here we go. You don't have to be down with God to know Saved is hilarious. Super Smiley 89, 9 out of 10.
That's fantastic. Let me see. The hip, in quotes, new Christian movement gets a satire made about them, and everyone's upset. Laconatre, 8 out of 10.
Decent film that pansies out a little at the end. Bungle 9, 7 out of 10.
Heartfelt teen comedy with an underlining religious satire garners a few laughs, but nonetheless plays things too safe. That's from Screen_Blitz, 6 out of 10.
Some tart religious satire can't overcome cheap gags and the usual boy-girl antics. Moonspinner 55, 5 out of 10.
It's okay to be different unless you're a judgmental Christian. Ghostface282 at hotmail.com. True story, that's what his username is, 4 out of 10.
Let's see. Lightweight entertainment with no bite behind its bark. Ursula 2.7T, 3 out of 10.
Definitely not a comedy. Not entertaining unless you agree with the agenda of the movie. That's Jed Maps, 2 out of 10.
Yes, Mr. Studio Executive, we know religion is controversial, but don't worry. Our movie is just a bunch of sitcom cliches. Handsome Costanza, 1 out of 10.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Okay, well, we are going to watch our pre-recorded trailer watch. Oh, first I'm going to upload it. Da, 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 da.
I think that's a solid choice.
Yeah. All right. So as soon as I hit this, it's going to play. And then when we come back, we will review it. All right. We are on a serious roll.
This is very disturbing. I'm super concerned now.
Yeah. We have not had a movie where we hated yet.
I know.
Like even the movies that were like, yeah, we streamed it. It was good. It was fun for a stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think the two that I disliked the least were Cutting Edge and Ski Patrol. And I didn't mind them streaming them.
Yeah.
I paid $8 for Ski Patrol to fucking rent it. But
fucking
yeah,
Ski Patrol.
They're still a fun stream.
Yeah.
So here's hope. I'm not angry that every movie we've seen has been.
I'm not angry,
really
but I'm
good
suspicious.
I'm something's got to give.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going to be?
And it's going to be a movie that we're sure of.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're like, oh my god, it's going to be so amazing, and then we're going to show up and be like, why did we do that?
Oh my god, E.T. sucks. E.T. phone home. E.T. get the fuck out.
Honestly, I haven't watched E.T. since the 90s, and I don't want to.
I have very vivid memories of E.T. being amazing. Like when I first watched it as a kid in the 80s, whenever I watched it, I remember crying.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
I could not. That would crush me if that, like Goonies, that would crush me if that movie sucked.
Okay, weird thing. I watched Goonies many years ago for like the second or third time, and I was like, okay, it came on TV probably about 15 years ago, and I watched it again, and I still liked it at that point. So I was like, shit, what we should do Goonies if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I haven't seen it in probably 15
I must
years.
have watched it though be about the same for me, but I must have seen it at least 30 times.
I did not watch it 30 times, but I have watched it like 5 or 6. So, I mean,
And if that movie sucks, I will be. There are some movies that I would be crushed if they sucked,
yeah.
and that's one of them. E.T.'s one of them.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark's one of them, or
Yes.
any of those original ones, original 3.
Yeah. Well, you're not a Crystal Skull fan?
I didn't mind it. I
I didn't
it's
mind it either.
no, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite Indiana Jones, but I
Oh,
didn't
no.
mind it.
I
It
know
was
some people lost their minds about it, and I was
I
like,
know, it
"Guys,
wasn't
it's
I'm
fine."
like, it's not that bad.
No, it wasn't even bad, it just wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't up to the other 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, "But it's not a
But
bad
it's
movie,
still
it's kind of
Indiana Jones. It's
entertaining."
still okay.
Yeah. It was so
People send
weird.
me death threats.
Yeah, people were getting real emotional about that. I'm like, "Calm the fuck down."
Yeah, it's still
Like,
Okay, so
anyways.
our next movie, which will be on next Friday, which is Good Friday, and then the podcast would come out on Sunday, which is Easter Sunday, and
Mhm.
it is going to be Saved from 2004. I know I think I have seen this. This is a Anna pick.
It
This is one
is.
of her picks. I don't remember it. I know of it. I know
Yeah.
the actors and everything. But I don't remember watching it. I must have watched this movie. Let's share this and we'll watch the trailer. What do you remember about Say? Because I'll be honest, I don't remember anything.
So I think it's probably been about 10 years since I've seen it. So it has been a bit of a while. And when I saw it on Prime, I was like, I am not going to watch you, even though I'm pretty sure I love you, because I want to watch it for the podcast. So I remember quite a bit. I've only seen it like maybe 2 times because this is not something that played, but it made such an impression on me. I remember a lot of the movie and like it's so good. So good and funny.
Well, the
It's
cast is
funny as
great.
fuck. Oh god, the cast is amazing.
Yeah, because I was just looking at it a bit to try to find the trailer. Yeah, well, and like I said, I don't remember anything, and I'm not 100% that I've seen it. So hopefully, when I watch the trailer here, I'm going to
Yeah.
remember.
I remember a stupid amount about the story and it's amazing.
All right, so let's watch Saved from 2004 for our Easter podcast. I think we've never done an Easter movie before, have we?
No, we
Not
haven't.
that there's a ton out there to do.
No, but this one was landing so late and it kind of has like Christian vibes. So I was like, this is perfect. Let's Good Friday this shit.
All right. Let's watch it.
All right. Who's down with G.O.D.?
I know what you're looking at, Mary. And Jesus does too.
I still don't think he's supposed to be white.
Of course he's white. Oh, gosh.
Are you talking? Because I can hear you.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
So, scared of being seen with a cripple.
Are you playing footsies with me?
Wheelies.
Do you want to go out sometime? I'm like totally adorable.
I'm not dating right now.
What about tomorrow night? You be dating then?
Is it possible Jesus might need us to do his will by, not waiting?
I'm concerned about Mary, and I think that you can help her.
I mean, like Shooter.
No, I was thinking of something a little less gangster.
You are backsliding into the flames of hell. You're performing an exorcism? Get out of me! I am filled with Christ's love.
You didn't tell me Pastor Skip was so nice. Mom, let's shake and Skip.
Secondhand smoke kills.
I'm counting on it.
Jenna Malone, Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin, Patrick Fugit, Heather Matarazzo, Eva Amori, Martin Donovan, Mary Louise Parker.
I crashed my van into Jesus!
Saved.
Yes, I think I have seen this. A lot of it looks familiar.
Yeah.
But it would have been 2004 probably the last time I saw it then. I probably saw it,
Yeah.
rented it, and that was the last time I
And
saw
then
it.
just kept it moving.
It's I what I kind of remember. Yeah, I don't think I hated it or anything. It looked
Yeah.
funny.
It wasn't a huge, like, blockbuster. Like, there
No.
was a little bit of fanfare, and then it, like, stopped, and then it kinda disappeared. So it got harder as it didn't really air on TV that often, and when it did, it was usually at really weird times, but every time I came across it, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'll watch it." Very rarely showed up, but as someone who grew up Catholic, and it has not the greatest relationship with the church, but I love you, Jesus. This movie kind of really spoke to me because there's a lot of hypocrisy in Christianity, and this one points out all the hypocrisy and makes it funny.
Well, I do kind of remember Mandy Moore being the crazy,
Oh my god.
over the top
She's like
religious.
super Christian Barbie,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I like Macaulay Culkin. I like all the actors in it. Yeah. No, it looks funny. I think I'm gonna like it. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. God, if I don't, I'm gonna be very, very sad.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And now, on with the show.
Yeah, every time. There we go. Okay, I have watched Saved. You have watched Saved?
I have watched Saved.
All right, your initial thoughts?
Still love it. Still absolutely. There were so many like just random like laughs and guffaws that kind of popped out. I like one of the reviewers had a perma smile on my face. Like I was just smiling through most of it because there's so much. They packed so much into it, and I had forgotten how much they packed into it of jokes, visual jokes. Like great. I was just like, man, this movie is so good.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, it was good. It was funny. It wasn't like burst out funny laughter like but it was enjoyable. It was a fun little,
yeah.
And the characters, everyone played their character perfectly.
Yes,
that was the great. I didn't agree with a lot of what happened, but it is a movie. We'll get into it.
I'm ready.
Yeah, but overall, as a movie, yeah, I did enjoy it. It was a fun watch. It really was. Which is good. Like I said, we're on a roll, and I'm pretty sure next week movie is not going to deter that. I have a feeling leading into summer.
Oh yeah,
that might change.
I can see that.
My picks are all three are rolling the dice. Like I'm not even sure. I like them, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with watching good movies.
Yeah.
So let us go into this movie. Devout evangelical Christian Mary Cummins is entering her senior year at American Eagle Christian High School near Baltimore. She and her friends, Hilary Faye, I will say this.
Yes.
Mandy Moore she's also a singer, right? That was her claim to fame, right?
Yeah, she started as a singer.
Yeah, and then moved into acting.
She moved into acting.
Does she still sing?
She does, but not as often.
Right.
She put out an album, I think a few years ago. Maybe when, God, what show did she do? The one that makes everybody cry every week.
Oh, the one where
This Is Us.
This Is
That's
Us.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been in the early years of that. Like I think 1 or 2 years into that, she put out an album.
Oh yeah. No, she's actually very talented.
Oh, she is.
And Veronica have formed a girl group called the Christian Jewels. One afternoon, while swimming in his pool, Mary's boyfriend, Dean Withers, confesses to her that he suspects he's gay. So he does that thing that every kid probably has done. You go underwater, you try to say something, you try to guess what the person's saying. They do it a couple times, and then he says he's gay.
I'd like to officially go on the record as saying I have never done that.
No?
No, never.
Oh, okay. No pools?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We mostly just swam in Lake Huron.
Yeah, I wouldn't open up your mouth in Lake Huron. And then she's like all kind of shocked, and they can't hold their breath. He goes up, she shoots up and bangs her head off the
ladder.
He noticed that she's just laying there and goes to help her and then slips. And then the guy doing construction work around the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He takes off his shirt, jumps in the water, and she thinks it's Jesus. He does have the long hair. He does.
And he's a carpenter.
And then what does he say? You have to help him or save him?
You have to help Dean. Oh God, what was it? Because he doesn't explicitly like say you have to help cure him, basically.
Yeah.
Like you can help Dean find Jesus, find me again. Like it's a whole. She's like, yeah, we're gonna help him find heterosexuality.
In shock, Mary hits her head and has a vision in which Jesus tells her to help Dean. Believing Jesus will forgive her, Mary loses her virginity to Dean in an attempt to restore his heterosexuality. She even asked her friend Hilary Faye about how do you become a virgin again, and she explains it's not your vagina, it's your heart being pure and virgin.
This entire thing is great because she lets Dean feel her up after he.
Yeah, that was actually really funny.
Yeah, it was super. I was like, how about now? And then she grabs his side. What about now? She's got his hands and he's like, nah, like nothing. And then she meets up with Hilary Faye at the gun range.
Yeah.
Doing target practice.
Where she's blowing the balls off of her.
Yeah.
Off her.
So funny because she's like, like, yes, Jesus can reinstate my virginity, but I'm not going to let a rapist do that. And I was like,
who wants to deal with that? And then she starts blowing off the crotch of the target.
And then she gives her great infinite Christian wisdom. You just ask Jesus, and it's the virginity of your heart.
And we got our word.
Yes, so many. It popped up quite a few times.
Oh, it made me laugh because her brother's in the wheelchair and he's like, Jesus isn't white. I watched this documentary and she says, I swear to God, my brother's retarded. No, he's not. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's historically informed.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Of course he's white.
There's so many little like things like when oh God, what's her name? When they're being introduced to the angels, which actually comes a little bit later. Just before the Jesus thing. Just after the Jesus thing? I don't know, somewhere in there. But anyways, oh God, what's her name? Mary tries so hard. And then she's like, after this, wait, I can become a virgin again? She makes a decision.
Now she goes
Jesus
over
is telling her to.
And she's going over to Dean's house, who's got a homosexual erotic magazine. So he's already hard.
Yes, he's got some gay porn.
Yeah.
And he's real hard.
Yeah. And she comes in and just works out and they have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already halfway there. So I'm sure he just closed his eyes and thought
Imagine
of Bob from the gym.
Yeah. Big, muscular, leather clad.
Big Jimmy.
Freddie Mercury.
Leather clad. Big, muscular, leather clad Freddie Mercury. He thought of the Village People. That's who he thought of.
Yes. Dean is sent to the Christian Treatment Center Mercy House after his parents find gay pornography in his bedroom. Yeah. So summer is over. Hilary Faye picks up Mary and then they go to grab Dean. The parents come out.
Before they grab Dean, they grab Veronica, who is
the Asian girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she is Korean. And she was adopted by her parents. They show her parents. Her parents who were in South Korea on a missionary trip.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire thing, like, oh God, what was it? Because I wrote this down. They saved her from a godless nation, and
Yes.
they were doing, and it literally, I was like, oh my God, you're gonna have the Black parents do this to the Asian and talk about it like the white people used to do. This is amazing. And I was like, there's so much in that one like 15-second clip. I was like, there's too much. I can't even. It was so good that I was like, that is so smart.
The news shocks and disgusts Mary's friends, aside from Hillary's sardonic paraplegic brother, Roland. Yeah, because they say we found this under his bed and it was the pornography. And
yeah.
They sent him to Mercy Home.
For his de-gayification.
De-gayification. Yeah, and it works for hundreds of people. Dean even says so when they're on the phone. Mary later discovers she is pregnant with Dean's child. Because her due date is after graduation, she opts to hide the pregnancy from her classmates and her mother, Lillian, who is covertly dating the school's principal, Pastor Skip. And we also get to see her mom, who is very nice. Pastor Skip, actually, not a horrible person. Not outright horrible.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he's low key. Well, he's undercover horrible.
Yeah, but for a Catholic principal, he's not too bad.
First of all, he's not Catholic. Let's point this out.
Oh, they're not Catholic?
These are evangelical Christians.
That's right. Sorry.
Sorry, it's Catholic different people. From Catholicism. Not that far off, if depending on which Catholics you're talking to. I'm looking at you, Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg.
Those are my favorite Catholics. I love me some.
Those are my least favorite Catholics. Although I do love the Pope. Love him. The current Pope. I'd like to clarify, Pope Francis. Love you, homie. Glad you're feeling better. I think he went to a prison recently to like.
Oh, I thought you meant he went to prison. I'm like,
no. He went to visit a prison, like as the Pope. No, because we're still mad at the church for actively keeping the priests out of prison. We're mad about that.
Yeah.
Which is why I broke up with Catholicism.
As you can all tell, I'm not very religious. So I don't care.
I know a lot of old Portuguese people. My God. And I feel like I should qualify this. I went to a Catholic elementary school. I went to a Catholic high school. And I did the full 5 years because I was going the university tract. So I had 5 years of religion in there. On top of that, I had 6 years of catechism because I had a priest in my parish who insisted that if you had your Holy Communion there, if you wanted to have your confirmation there too, you had to keep going to catechism every Sunday on top of, I'm like, I'm already in Catholic school. Do we have to out Catholic everybody? So I have a lot of religious like information.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It's too much fucking work. Let me tell you that.
I'd be more religious, but that seems like a lot.
That's why now I'm like, Jesus is my homeboy. Fuck the rest of it. Be good to people and don't be an asshole.
I go
feel like that's enough.
Christmas and Easter and we're good.
I don't even go to church on those. I go for weddings. Like if you invite me to your ceremony, I'll go, and I go for funerals. Other than that, I'm like, fuck you. I'm not putting any money in your collection plate. Anyways, that's not the point.
No, we get to meet Patrick comes on the scene. He's the new kid, the hot skateboard dude.
Yes.
Tia, the psychopath.
I love Tia.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. Cassandra, the Jew girl.
No, she is the Jewish, the only Jewish
in this religious school.
Also,
because she got kicked out of a bunch of other ones. And Veronica,
who the
Korean.
South Korean with Black parents.
Yeah,
who thankfully was saved by her Black missionary parents from a godless heathen country. And the school is called the American Eagle Christian School, which I thought was
you can't get more
poetic.
patriotic
You can't.
and Christian than that.
Absolutely,
the American Eagle Christian School. That's an awesome name.
It's so fantastic. Also, we get to see the, I guess, opening assembly.
Yep.
Where the Christian Jewels, is that what
they do their song there?
They do their song where they're praising God with an arm in the air while they're still playing the keyboard. Good for you, Mary. And everybody seems to be going along with it except for Cassandra.
Well, she's Jewish.
No. She also is just very anti everything at this school.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm good. Thanks. And I love her. I love her so much.
Because Mary's really into it, like almost right up there with
she
Hillary
is
Faye.
Into it.
Like you see them out there just berating that girl going to the abortion clinic or the Planned Parenthood clinic.
Yeah, and then as soon as she's walking back out,
she can't go. Well, no, she goes to go in, but then changes her mind.
She
and
turns
runs away.
around. She changes her mind, walks away.
They're
But when she walks away,
each other.
they start cheering. They're like, "Yeah, we saved another life." I'm like, oh, I have so many thoughts. But anyways, they're super Christian.
Yeah,
they're super like. This is the problem when you hold this much Christianity. It's hard to think you could be wrong about things. And they're feeling very right up until Mary finds out she's pregnant.
Yeah. And we got to remember too, like there are parts of the States that are just so Christian, so religious and so into it. And I mean, hey, cool. If you guys are into it, that's up to you. But like they're like, and they don't care. They have their own movies. They have their own.
Yeah.
Like they had their own rock bands. They had their own.
They have Kirk
everything.
Cameron.
And yeah. Oh, I actually have I told you about the DVD thing.
Yeah.
I on one of my lots that I bought, I think I have the one where he saves Christmas.
Oh my God, amazing.
I'm gonna watch it. I have to see it.
Oh, buddy, you're it's gonna hurt your heart.
I like Kirk Cameron.
I used to
I used to watch Growing Pains and stuff, and he did a bunch
Pains.
of. And hey, there's a lot of actors that who's that blonde-haired actor? He's in that new movie Homestead. Sorry, people. Now it's bugging me. He's very famous. He's here. Take a look. You'll be able to see him and then tell me exactly who it is.
Oh yeah, Neil McDonough. He's Catholic, actually.
Yes, Neil McDonough, and he was the one that said that he got in trouble with Hollywood. He refused to do any love scenes in that because he was married, and they were all mad at him. And I'm like, good for you, dude. If that's your
100%.
But yeah, it's like they have their own. It's like a different world that I'm not privy to.
Well, there's a like you can see it in this movie too. They have a Christian band that plays.
That they're just rocking out to, and
and they're
not bad. They sound all right.
No, there have been times where I've been tricked, where I think I'm listening just to like regular rock, and then all of a sudden Jesus is popping up, and I'm like, "Oh, is this Christian rock? Sounds really good."
Yeah, POD.
Weird, because I didn't think Christian rock had that kind of drums, but okay, why not?
The POD. Remember that group? POD.
I don't remember that group. I did not listen to that much rock. But anyways. There is definitely a...
Oops, my bad.
I would not think this is a Jesus song.
It is a Jesus song. Every day.
I know.
Thank God for everything.
Yeah. And you know
what? I'm like, and I rocked out to this. I didn't know it was a you listen to the lyrics, like, wait a second, am I loving Jesus? What the hell?
Yes, you are loving, and there is nothing wrong with loving Jesus. You love Jesus as much as you want, and that's cool, my friends. As long as you don't try to force other people to love Jesus too.
Yeah,
because that's
which is really Hillary Faye's.
Hillary Faye, like her mission. And I love the enthusiasm that she has for this. It's very entertaining.
Oh, her character is the
best.
Save
Cassandra.
Yeah.
She just
no matter what she does.
Yeah.
Like, she even says she doesn't she gets worse. Cassandra's getting worse and worse. She's like, she doesn't know it, but she's so close to accepting Jesus into her.
It's so awesome. And she is the ultimate savior of all peoples.
Yeah.
Everybody. And everything gets turned back to her. Like when she finds the first day of school, we find out that Dean is gay and he's been sent to Mercy House. Hilary Faye promises not to tell anyone that he's gay. Promises.
It lasts a little while.
It lasted a few weeks. And then all of a sudden there's flyers for prayer circle
Flyers everywhere
to pray the gay away.
Yeah, just pray that gay away.
God bless. This movie is so entertaining.
Gay people know you just need some prayers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what you need.
Feeling forsaken by Jesus and saddened by her peers' reaction to Dean's sexuality, Mary begins questioning her faith. An enraged Hilary ousts Mary from the Jewels and replaces her with unpopular student Tia. Hilary, Veronica, and Tia later accost Mary in the street and attempt to perform an exorcism on her. That was a good scene. She's like, "Are you trying to do an exorcism on me?"
The best part is, like, Pastor Skip is saying, I think she's having some trouble. She's having a little bit of a crisis of faith. She seems very upset. You should be gentle with her.
Oh, let's not forget.
Really nice.
Yeah, which leads to the exorcism. And
which
before
leads to
that,
kidnapping.
Pastor Skip comes out, welcomes everyone to a brand new year, and then Cassandra starts speaking in tongues, and every boy is like, because she starts on her buttons start come undone, and every boy's like, she's gonna show her boobs. And I was like, she's gonna show her boobs. Everybody, she's gonna show her boobs. They're like, Dad, we don't
Oh my
fucking
God.
care. And then they wouldn't make eye contact.
And it was so fantastic. And she's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
and then it's Hilary Faye is like, what did she say? She goes, she's not speaking in tongues. She's saying her
pussy is something. I can't.
Yeah.
Did I write
And
it down?
it was either in Latin or something that she was saying it in.
Well, no, because when you see someone speaking in tongues, technically it's not any language we understand.
No. Technically, it could be
normally.
just them having a seizure.
Also very true. I don't know if it's GOD or if it's just a seizure. Could be either or. I'm not going to judge. But you start hearing and you're like, it starts out complete gibberish. And then slowly it starts to form into words. And you're like, that sounds like pussy.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Pussy. And then like there's more gibberish and then kind of pussy. My pussy is. And when I got to Hilary Faye just announces to everybody, she's saying my pussy is. And I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it down. And I laughed.
Yeah, it was good.
I was like, that's fantastic.
Mary fights back and Hilary strikes her with the Bible. Yeah, she throws the Bible at her and says, "I'm full of love."
Yeah, wait.
I'm full of Jesus's love.
I'm full of Jesus's love. And then, I'm filled with Christ's love. And then she throws the Bible as she's saying that. And then Mary is like, this is not a weapon. And she throws the Bible back. And I'm like, girl, that was deep. That was deep.
By Christmas time, rebellious Jewish student Cassandra is the only one of Mary's peers who has discovered her pregnancy. Mary befriends Cassandra and Roland, who are now dating, while ostracized by the rest of their peers.
It's fantastic. She leaves the Christian jewels.
Yeah.
Cassandra's really the only one who, like, she starts off kind of not bullying her, but kind of taunting her.
Yeah.
And then once Mary admits it, Cassandra's like the most supportive person ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Skip's son, Patrick, attempts to pursue an evasive Mary, but to Hilary's chagrin, Cassandra and Roland retaliate against Hilary's constant harassment of them by uploading photos of a young, overweight Hilary to the school's computer system. The one thing this movie does really well is it goes through like an entire school year, and it doesn't feel too fast. It doesn't feel forced. It actually has a nice, nice, what am I thinking here? Pace, very nice pace. And it introduces each Christmas is coming, Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's, Easter, and it does it very well where it feels natural, not where like, holy fuck, what's going on?
It gives you
Did it
enough
very well.
interaction.
Yeah.
It gives you enough interaction with all of the main characters.
And it stays in that little time for a decent amount of time.
Yes, like it doesn't you don't get overexposure, you don't get too much information, you don't get too little. You kind of get a quick update on everybody, and then it's moving on to the next season, and you're like, perfect. And Mary just keeps getting more and more pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is nobody noticing this?
Yeah, no. And then we also have her mom who likes the pastor or the principal.
Yeah.
He's a pastor in this, right?
He is a pastor and principal.
Yeah.
And he is still legally married to his wife who wants to divorce him.
Yeah. So much
doesn't
that
wanna-
she'd rather go to stay in
Yeah.
Africa
At
than
South
come
America.
home. South America, then come
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go do missionary work in South America. Pretty sure she wasn't doing missionary work, but whatever. And she leaves Pastor Skip at home, and he's like, but I have responsibilities here. And his own son is like, why didn't you just give her the divorce when she asked for it? And he was like, divorce is not a Christian thing to do. And
Yeah.
his son's like, you're a fucking moron, and walks off. He didn't actually say you're a fucking moron, but he gives him that look. And I'm like, yes, kid, your dad is a fucking moron.
The following day, the school. Okay, yeah. So the brother Roland and they upload the pictures of Hillary Faye being fat, braces, skin problems.
Like, I know in 2004, that's exactly what a super ugly girl would look like. I still don't like it, but whatever. Like, I get it. Kind of felt bad for fat Hillary.
Fat Hillary Faye. Oh no, she looked ugly.
She just was very happy and well fed.
She really happy. Yeah, really happy with food. I get it. I'm very happy with food myself.
Same.
Love me some food. I just bought everywhere around this town because Easter's what, 2 days?
Yes, correct.
I love cream eggs. I refuse to eat them throughout the year. I'm one of those people that I loved it when it just came around. Remember, you'd see that commercial of the
bunny,
the rabbit that clucked like a chicken. You're
correct.
Like, fucking right, mini eggs and cream eggs. Now you can get them whenever. Kind of ruins it. So I only eat them.
Loses the magic.
I had one and then got busy. They're nowhere to be found. But I found a thing where it's a giant cream egg within it is like 9 cream eggs. So my wife is like, oh, what kid is this for? I'm like, kid. It's for me.
It's for me.
I'm gonna be eating that within a night or two.
I usually buy myself some Easter chocolate, but now that I'm an adult, I buy the fancy Easter chocolate.
Well, the chocolate today sucks.
Oh, 100%.
I don't care what anyone says. Chocolate back in the day had more cocoa in it or something because it tasted. Don't get me wrong. I had some pretty cheap ass chocolate as a kid.
No, it's the specialty chocolates. Like for Easter, when they would buy you like the bunny or whatever, it tasted like wax.
Oh yeah, powdery wax, but it's not dry, and it's like ugh.
Like there
I
were
still
some
ate it.
See, we used to get the big giant eggs that we would buy them at the Portuguese store. So they were usually Portuguese Easter eggs that were shipped in.
Yeah,
they were delicious. So now I just buy the giant Kinder eggs.
Yeah.
Because that's good chocolate. And I will usually eat a big giant egg by myself.
Can we pause just for a second here? I want
Yeah.
to show you something. Give
Show
me a
me.
second. This is for YouTube. I don't know what I did with it. Hold on 1 second. This will be worth it.
I believe you. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Like that's my face to the bunny.
That's fucking ginormous. Man, I'm going to have to say that again. That's fucking ginormous.
That is a 2-kilogram, $70 Easter bunny.
Jesus Christ. Who did you buy that for?
Oh, guess.
The little
7-year-old.
one?
Yeah, the youngest. Well, the others got Visa cards for shopping and stuff.
So
she
you're like,
gets
I'm just gonna buy her a bunny that's her weight in chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it, and there were a bunch of guys around it, like looking and mulling over. And I'm like, should I buy it? And this one guy grabbed 2, one guy grabbed 3. They're $70 each, and I'm like, oh my god,
it's nuts. God bless.
So, anyways, okay. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, we got distracted.
That's a big bunny.
That's a giant bunny. That's ridiculous. I would have shit myself if I got that as a kid.
Oh, I know. Oh, she should. Yeah, she should really. I'm hoping that gets a big reaction. But you are right, and I think even the brand name candy today, has gotten worse. Not horrible, like Arrows and Kit Kats and stuff. They seem just not quite.
Still better than American chocolate.
Still better, but I'm like you. I like that is I don't know. I think it's French. A French company made it from and it's $70. It better taste fucking good, or I'll be pissed.
I buy British chocolate all the time because it's way better than North American chocolate.
British English chocolate is so good.
So good.
Their dairy milks taste different than our dairy milks. I don't know why.
I buy the Galaxy. It's like creamy chocolatey goodness on your tongue. It's just amazing.
All
so
right.
good. Anyways, we should get back to the movie.
Mary befriends Cassandra Rowling. Yeah, we did that. And Cassandra Rowling retaliate. Yeah, the following day, so they put up the pictures of Hilary Faye, and the next day they go to school. Where am I find it? Here we go. The following day, the school is vandalized with obscene, blasphemous graffiti. Suspecting Mary, Cassandra, and Roland, Skip searches their lockers, where he discovers empty spray paint cans planted by Hillary, along with and then the other teacher finds the sonogram. Yes. But she hides it, and because Skip says, "Do you find anything else?" And she's like, "No,
no." And then it slips out. But I was like, "Yo, girl, thank you for trying to hide it. I appreciate you."
And then she faints. Mary faints, and then she wakes up, and it's great because the mother's there, and she goes, "Okay," and she's like, "So you slept with him because Jesus told you to cure him of his gayness." And yeah, I can kind of see. I told my kids I won't buy it.
You won't.
Don't tell me Jesus told you to do it, and that's not going to go over.
Did you pause the movie at that point and say, "Look, just for clarification, if you ever say Jesus made me do it, I'm not going to believe you."
No, but I did pause it a little later. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Suspecting Mary. Oh, come on. Along with the sonogram. Yeah. So she's explaining why they did it, and Skip is like she has to go to the Mercy House.
Yeah.
And Mary did actually say that's where because for gays, but she also said, or ungayification, was it called?
Degayification.
But unplanned mothers go there.
Yes.
I can't remember who else goes there.
It was drug addicts.
Oh, that's right. Alcoholics.
Alcohol problems, things like that, right? And she was like, it's just a catch-all. Unplanned pregnancies.
So if you get pregnant, we shove you in there with the alcohol and drug abusers.
Basically a home for unwed mothers, like they used to have, where you go, you have your baby, they take your baby, and then you come back.
Yeah.
It's a conversion camp for gay people where they pair you up and make you roommates with the other gay.
I didn't get that. Yes, in the phone call, she's talking to Dean, and Dean's like, "Yeah, that was my roommate," because she hears something, and my roommate, he's gay, he's worse than I am. He comes from San Francisco, something like that. And then I'm like, they put you in the same room,
right? And you're like, guys,
that's not going to degayification them. That's going to make them more gay.
I don't know if they're like, no, that's just going to be like super fun. Two guys in the same room being
Yeah.
all gay together.
All right, you
Or
two
if
gay
that
guys,
was
go
a
in there and stop
literal,
being gay.
yeah, you guys are going to work together.
Yeah, work together,
Intimately.
sleep
To stop
together.
being gay.
Yeah.
Part
Okay.
of me thinks that was the writer just being like, yes, these super duper Christians are that stupid.
Yeah.
That they're like, of course you're going to put two gay boys in the same room.
Yeah.
And they're going to de-gayify together.
Yeah, they're going to turn straight.
100%. 100%.
Well,
Also doesn't help that they're both adorable. So I'm like, you guys make a cute couple.
Yeah, and they're good. They're both good-looking boys. So
I
I'm
know.
Like, oh, Jesus.
I was like,
Yeah.
you're not making this easy for the de-gayification.
Cassandra is expelled while Mary and Roland are banned from the impending prom. Skip threatens to end his relationship with Lillian if she does not send Mary to Mercy House. Meanwhile, Roland discovers the purchase of spray paint on Hillary's credit card statement. Armed with this evidence, Mary, Roland, Cassandra crash the prom along with Patrick, who takes Mary as his date.
Mm-hmm. That was very sweet.
Yeah. Does he know about her pregnancy yet?
Yes, at that point he does know. It's made its way around school. And he is not bothered about it.
Yeah. That was the most unrealistic thing about this movie. But
what?
He's like, I don't care that you're pregnant. I'm like, yes, you do.
He's a very nice Christian boy who's trying to get his dad to divorce his mom.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a little more progressive and he's feeling very comfortable because,
his mom doesn't want to come home because she's the missionary and does the missionary and doggy style down in South America.
Dude, I don't know if the mom's getting it on, but probably.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Someone named Jose.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just surrounded by Latin men.
It's okay. Pastor Nick is hooking it up with Mary's mom.
Yeah, that's true. They start because they go out on that dinner.
Yes.
And both kind of admit that they really like each other. And then they have all these meetings 3 or 4 times a week. Why would God give us
these feelings if it was wrong? And I'm like, oh, no.
Hillary tries to get them ejected, but Roland confronts her with the evidence. Tia, tired of Hillary's lies and her hypocrisy, also tests her guilt to Skip, having discovered a receipt bearing Hillary's signature. Yeah, because they're like, well, that could be anyone charged it. And Hillary Faye also said, well, you also charged maternity clothes to this. So it could have, it was obviously you used my credit card. But Tia says, no, here's her signature. Because she was sick of it and she wanted that tiara.
It's the tiara, 100%.
It was nothing about doing the right thing. She just wanted that.
She's like, can I try it on now? Stop talking about the tiara. And then she finds the receipt.
A humiliated Hillary storms outside while Dean arrives with his boyfriend Mitch and other residents of Mercy House. They are met by Mary and Patrick in the school foyer, where she reveals her pregnancy to Dean. Skip attempts to banish the Mercy House residents, but they refuse to leave. Patrick and Mary attempt to argue with Skip, but their altercation is interrupted by Hillary driving recklessly through the parking lot and ultimately crashing into the school's effigy of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Jesus's head falls off.
Yeah.
Lands on the windshield. And she has a come to Jesus moment.
Well, it sets off the airbag and blasts her in the face. And then she has her moment. She then tearfully expresses remorse for her behavior and is comforted by Cassandra as Mary abruptly goes into labor and is taken to hospital. At the hospital, Mary gives birth to a daughter. Skip arrives with flowers and contemplates going inside as the nurse takes a photo with the group. This is what I paused the movie and told my daughters, it will not happen like this. If you get pregnant and hide it from me, there will not be a montage. There will not be a music playing in the background of a happy family and a guy who knocked you up smiling for a picture. It will be much different. Yes, yes. It'll be a lot of cursing and probably violence.
So accepting, so loving.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole reason why I was terrified of getting pregnant, and I still hold a little bit of fear in my heart about it to this day, is because my mother made it abundantly clear. She's like, if you come home pregnant, you're on your own.
Yeah.
She's like, you can live in this house, but I'm not paying for your kid. I'm not taking care of your kid. That kid is your kid.
Am I dark?
Oh, big all of a sudden. You are dark right now.
Yeah. Okay. But you can hear me, right?
I can totally hear you.
Okay.
But yeah, it was funny though, because when they took that group picture my very first thought was, that kid's gonna have the funnest childhood.
Oh, gay dad with a gay
A gay
dad.
dad, gay stepdad,
Yeah.
obviously. And then you have your mom and your stepdad.
Yeah, and then
2
you have your
stepdads.
yeah. Yeah.
And then the cool friends. Like, oh god, that kid is gonna have the best time.
Unless they grow up really Christian.
I mean, I think at that point, everybody in that picture is like, yo, Jesus is cool. But you don't have to be obsessive about it.
Yeah. So a nurse takes a photo of the group. Mary explains in a voiceover that she has concluded that life is too beautiful to be random and meaningless and continues to believe in a higher power of some kind. And that is our movie. I'm stepping out for 2 seconds to try to come back and be visible.
Okay. It always feels weird when I don't have a face to talk to.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're
Jesus
visible.
with me. All right, so that is our movie. What is your score? Actually, give it a score if you want, because I'm going to give it a score and then explain my whatchamacallit. But yeah, what do you?
I still love it. So for me personally, it's a buy. However, for everybody else, I think it's a rental. Because while I am more willing to watch it over and over and over again, I'm not sure how rewatchable it is for the population en masse. But it is. It's a funny movie. It's very, very smart. It's very well done. Michael Stipe is one of the executive producers.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, weird. It's got a great cast who play their characters perfectly. The dialogue is incredible. The action is great. And there was a lot of thought that went into it with not only the set decoration, but also costumes that kind of tie in everything and really tell the story. I loved it. So I'm going to give it a solid rental because I would probably rewatch it a few different times. I don't know if it's one of those where you're like, yeah, I can put it in whenever and watch it, but I loved it. It was great. What are your thoughts?
Yes, if you remember liking Saved from 2004, you're probably still going to like it. This movie was fun. It was about Jesus. It was about religion. It was about the overzealousness of the religion, but it wasn't in your face either way. It wasn't religion, and it wasn't anti-religion. It was just a fun movie to watch, and religion just happened to be the backdrop and a very strong plot point. Yeah, I say this is worth a rental. If you haven't seen it in a while, it's definitely worth a rental because while I probably wouldn't buy it down the road, if I see it streaming, I would probably watch it again.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard to sell me on watching this movie again. But I like you, I agree. It's not something where I'm going to watch a lot or I can just put it in whenever and watch it. But it is still a good movie. It's very clever. It's funny. The actors play every actor, not just a couple of them. Every actor plays their part great.
So good.
Yeah, and it was a smart, funny movie, and it went from start to finish. It was like it did. I do see why some of the reviews kind of say it stuttered a bit at the end, but it had a happy ending.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with a happy ending. Yeah,
I think they wanted a clear, I think those reviewers who thought the ending wasn't great, they wanted a clear indictment on religion because they felt like the entire movie was, they're like, no, this movie was an indictment on the Hillary Fays of the world, on the Pastor Nicks, on the mom who was more concerned about getting her Diet Coke in than paying enough attention to her daughter to be like, I haven't needed to buy her tampons for 8 months. That's weird. It was that. And I think
a really cool thing is I'm not a very religious person, and I'm not against anyone that is. If you are into it, I think that's awesome. it doesn't make me angry. I'm not that. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you could still be a great person and be a religious person. But I think what this movie did very well was at the end where Mary is like, life can't give me this many good friends, this cute little baby. My mom's being very supportive. There has to be something great out there
Yeah.
helping it along, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it's fun because you see also the evolution of Mary's kind of faith. Like she has a crisis of faith, and then it kind of starts. Excuse me. You also see the beginning of Cassandra's faith when she's looking for Roland, and she just kind of speaks it out into the universe where she's like, please help me find him. And there are those little moments where you're kind of like, oh, you're starting to question stuff. Oh, you're starting to like kind of maybe believe in some stuff. And then Hilary Faye is having a readjustment. Coming face to face with Jesus will do that for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's also the incredibly smart thing about it, because it's not necessarily a full-on attack on Christianity, but it is kind of an indictment of the overzealous Christians who will do anything to convert you. You're just like, dude.
Yeah. Like,
I'm perfectly happy the way I am.
Yeah,
I'm happy you got Jesus.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't tell anyone. Well, I am a Christian. Most people don't believe that. But I'm like, I got Jesus in my heart. I don't have to wear a sign to tell people I got Jesus.
No.
Like, I'm good. Everybody live your life. Be nice to people. Don't be a jackass. Like, let's just live like that. How about that?
Yeah, no, it's a strong rental if you remember liking it. If you've never seen it before, and you like that era of 2012 comedies, this isn't as raunchy as a lot of them.
Yeah.
But it's not a PG movie either. It's still a very clever comedy.
Super smart.
Yeah.
It's
a solid rental. And and down the road, I might even rent it again down the road. If it's not available on streaming, I could see myself paying $4 for it, $5, whatever it is to rent.
100%.
Yeah.
I would buy it, but that's because I know I like it now.
Yeah.
Now. This podcast has taught me a lot. But yeah, I would buy it, but I really enjoy these guys. Like, that's why I also love Dogma, which I haven't seen in a while. But I have it on DVD
coming.
somewhere.
A company bought it, Dogma.
Really?
Yes, and they asked Kevin Smith to go on tour with it. So it's going to be making a circuit on some movie theaters where he'll do a question and answer period after, which also means that if they bought it, because it isn't a very hard movie to find. It's not streaming anywhere, not in America, not in Canada, not in UK, nowhere. And to buy it is astronomical. But they are hoping now that a company bought it. It will be coming out to buy digital and coming back out on Blu-ray and DVD.
I have it on DVD.
Oh, I used to have it on DVD. It's worth a fortune.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like, if you can't find it on friggin' Amazon, and to go onto eBay, even the DVD, you can get it.
Yeah.
But you're looking at why is it so cheap now? Oh, did they already release it?
What's it at?
Pre-owned $25, $18, $7 plus $8 shipping, $20. Yeah, so that's not too bad. I'd pay $20 for Dogma.
I think I did pay.
I'd want because I had the 2-disc, the old DVD 2-disc with all the special. Because Kevin Smith, talk about putting special features on it. He loaded his DVDs with special features.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he is a real cinemaphile, so he loves.
That's what I really missed. That's why I started buying physical again. I really missed that about the especially the commentary. If you get a good commentary, it's friggin' hilarious.
If they're entertaining, it's amazing.
Yeah. But Saved, yeah, 2 solid rentals. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I streamed it on Tubi. And as you heard at the beginning, sometimes with Tubi you get 1 commercial, maybe 2 commercials. This was every 9 minutes or 10
Yeah.
minutes, whatever it was throughout, and it wasn't just 1, it was like 4 commercials in a row.
And I
It
have
was a
MGM
lot.
Plus.
Also, it was on MGM Plus.
It's on MGM Plus, so I watched it with no commercials, which was very enjoyable. If I get like now that I've gotten older, I prefer the no commercials, but I can deal with commercials if I have to.
Yeah, if it's free. But
Yeah.
I would have I would have preferred any movie without commercials, but I still enjoyed it. It was just a lot. Yeah. All right, so that's 2 solid ones. Anything else for saved?
No, that's it for saved. I'm good.
This is for if you're listening on YouTube or on the podcast, thanks for coming back to 2004. If you are watching on YouTube or on whether it's live or if you're watching it after the fact, after this, our ending credit here, we are recording our sneak peek or our trailer watch stuff for next week's movie, Rosemary's Baby. But thank you for coming back to 2004 for Saved, 2 solid rentals, and until the next movie we remember liking.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
I wonder if I should just wait till after the whole thing to play that thing. Because I don't even use that in the I use our voiceover guy for the podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's change this. If people are watching our YouTube, New Jack City.
Yeah.
Not so great on the podcast. Doing very well on the YouTube.
Oh,
And
really?
the YouTube live, like people just rewatching the YouTube live one. It's already gone. It's already had more views than the last 3 put together.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Go on with your bad self, New Jack City.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't get how that works, so get off. Ooh. Yeah, if I was on the ball, I would have had all this done.
It's okay.
Rosemary's Baby. I've had a couple of those.
Rosemary Babies?
Yeah. Children of Satan.
Jiminy Crickets.
All right. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. This is pre-recorded unless you're watching it live on YouTube. If you're not, this is pre-recorded because obviously we cannot watch a preview, a trailer, and then come back in a minute and have watched it and make a review. So this makes sense. Don't be dumb. What do you remember about Rosemary's Baby, 1968?
I am not even going to lie to you. I think this movie traumatized me because I get flashes of it when I think of this movie, but I can't describe it to you. Do you know what I mean? I know what happens in it, but if you want me to describe the actual movie, like the visuals of it, I'm like, I get flashes, but basically Mia Farrow gives birth to the devil's baby.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot either. And this is my pick.
Yeah.
And something about, I don't know what it is. And this was done in 1968. And from this time, like The Omen, 76, The Wicker Man, 73, Carrie, 76, Psycho, 1960.
Yes.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, sometime in the 60s. The Exorcist, 1973.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' Black Christmas, 1974. Something about, and The Shining, 1980. Something about these older movies is inherently more creepier, I don't know why
100%.
than today's movies.
I agree with you. I don't know if it was just a different generation of filmmaking. If they all attended the same seminar, I don't know what it is, but it's like they all know just how to creep you out.
Yeah.
Like, just make you so uncomfortable within yourself that the movie ends up just fucking you up.
Yep. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, and I don't like you. I don't remember a ton about this movie other than that it was for some reason creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the poster. It's pretty generic, I think. It's up in the corner there, but let's take a closer look at it. Actually, kind of a clever picture. Just Rosemary's Baby, her head laying down, and then on this rock, there's a little what is that called? The thing, the carriage, baby carriage, with the lights coming out. It's kind of it's kind of unsettling, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
All right, Rosemary Baby's budget. I do not know a lot about the budgets of the 1960s.
I feel like it was big for the 1960s.
3.2 million. Is
That's
that
big for the 1960s.
Yeah, 1960s. Yeah. And it's Mia Farrow, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to have any box office.
No, they don't usually have a lot of box office from that time, unless like somebody's done a specific story about it.
Yeah.
You don't really hear it.
It's trying to find that. Well, worldwide, it's saying that it made it a little over 33 million.
That's impressive.
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah, over 3-4. Yeah, and received acclaim from critics. Yes, I know that. I'm pretty sure the critics' reviews are pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $3 million. He made $30 million on top of that.
Yeah,
and I don't know. We talk about, well, in the 80s and early 90s, the marketing was big, but nowhere near what it is today. I can only imagine in the 60s, a lot of word of mouth.
A lot of word of mouth, but you also
posters played a big deal.
Posters were a big deal. Every not trailers the way they were in the 60s, which was not the same as they are now in the theaters.
Yeah.
So you had to make sure you paid to get your trailer on the right movies. If you weren't picking a very popular movie to get your trailer in front of, not enough people were seeing your trailer. Yeah. And then, of course, late night shows for guests and things like that. Television spots.
Would they have a lot of, in the 60s and 70s, did they have a lot of
I think Ed Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh God, who else? Wait.
Well, and it was directed by Roman Polanski.
Yeah, in the 1960s, late night television shows included the Jack Parr Show, the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, the Joey Bishop Show, the Ed Sullivan Show, and the Mike Douglas Show, although not strictly late night, or very popular variety shows. So there were quite a few.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah, they love their variety too. They love their variety shows. Yeah. Yes, it was Roman Polanski. That was a guy that had to move back to France because he was wanted here for.
He had to escape to France. I think he's actually been convicted.
Yeah,
of raping a 13-year-old.
He does not come over here.
No, he never comes over here.
No.
Yeah, even when giving him awards.
Yeah, giving him awards. Now, that set aside, he has made, oh my God, some very good movies. One of my favorites, Chinatown.
Yes.
And he made The Tenant and Frantic and Pirates and The Ninth Gate. And yeah, so he is a talented director. He also was married to who is that actress that got killed by Charles Manson, or Charles Manson's family, Sharon Tate. Yeah. So yeah, interesting fellow. It stars Mia Farrow, who's been in a lot.
Yes.
John Cassavetes, Ruth Gordon. I don't know a lot of these people, but I do know their faces.
Yeah, these are people like Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin's
his
in it.
face.
Yeah.
Alicia Cook Jr., his face. There are quite a few. Hope Summers. I'm like, I've seen your face before. These are very much notable faces. Phil Leeds. We know his face.
Okay, so I think the reviews are going to be very good on this movie because I remember
Yes.
This is very highly talked about. And there we go.
Yeah.
87 reviews, comes in at 97. So one person, I'm guessing, did not like it. Over 50,000 popcorn meter viewings, 87%. So this movie's very well received. This is my pick,
Not
so I
surprising.
will pick the good ones, and you can try to find the bad one. Let me start while you look for it. A masterpiece in slow burn, paranoia, and tension. One of the best psychological horror films ever. 4.5 out of 5. Vico Cangiano, Cine Express podcast. This full review is in Spanish.
I
Found it yet?
found 2 bad ones.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. There might be more, like one more. But here's one. Does Polanski have to show us Satan walking around like some RKO matinee monster in a corny dream sequence right out of Juliet of the Spurts? That's from Gene Youngblood from the Los Angeles Free Press.
Rosemary's Baby is a masterful portrayal of slow burn horror, skillfully intertwining terror and thought-provoking social commentary. Preston Barda, Denton Record Chronicle. No actual score. They just liked it.
Yeah. The fault ultimately is in the Polanski screenplay, which overlooks character for effect disastrously. Involvement is absent. All is surface, and it is a smooth one, without the shimmer of the evil that is within. That's from Judith Christ, New York Magazine, and Vulture, and there's no specific rating.
It's pure psychological horror at its best, elegant in a way that's rarely seen now as the anticipation of what's to come and the walls of security and certainty begin to fall around Rosemary. Christy Strauss, wonderfully weird and horrifying. Are you done?
No, hold on.
Oh, okay, you got another one?
I'm gonna load them all. I'm looking to see if there's oh, I found one. The movie, although it is pleasant, doesn't seem to work on any of its dark or powerful terms. That's from Renata Adler from the New York Times.
Roman Polanski somehow brought his brand of paranoid horror to the Hollywood mainstream with rousing success. Jeffrey M. Anderson, Combustible Celluloid. Variety staff, which usually just shits on everything. Several exhilarating milestones are achieved in Rosemary's Baby, an excellent film version of Ira Levin's diabolical chiller novel. That's Variety staff. And I'll end with, flawlessly constructed slow burn horror town, Scott Weinberg, e-film critic, and Roger Ebert. It is a creepy film and a crawly film, and a film filled with things that go bump in the night. It is very good. 4 out of 4, Roger Ebert, Chicago Sun-Times.
Damn, Roger Ebert.
So let's go to IMDb, the voice of reason, because every idiot posts a review. I haven't yet, but I will.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised.
Rosemary's Baby. Let's see what they say. Wow, over 248,000 reviews, comes in at 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty high for that many.
It is.
Okay, I will start with 10.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of reviews, so we can take our time. Although all the 10s are pretty much the same. So here we go. Psychological horror at its very best. R. Wiggum, 10 out of 10.
The turbulent tale of a horror pregnancy with the devil's child. Adam Garrity, 51989, 9 out of 10.
Oh, I like this one. An atmosphere like no other. Rockwell Cronenberg, 8 out of 10.
And the award for worst pregnancy ever goes to opening the envelope. Hunt and Peck 80, 7 out of 10.
Seems tame today, but still delivers some chills. Dolly Lemp, 6 out of 10. Yes, it was done in 1968.
Yeah.
So it's not going to it's not going to be like fucking Hereditary or Barbarian.
It's not a horror movie. That's from Blanco Ever, 161, 5 out of 10.
Great atmosphere and some chilling imagery, but I just didn't find the story all that involving. Jimbo, prison number 531865111, 4 out of 10.
All that build up to an unsatisfactory ending. Vishal Subhash, 3 out of 10.
This is not the one I'm using, but I'm probably the only one who doesn't understand this movie at all. Highly overrated and too long. Smells like cheese, 2 out of 10. Haven't heard from Smells Like Cheese for a bit.
Oh, Jesus. This one's very clear. Boredom. Overrated. Everything is spelled out. Crappy story and direction. Overlong film. Garbage ending, middle, and beginning. Cult film. Baba Booey? 1 out of 10.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we both admit that have I seen it more than once? I know I have seen it, and I know I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember. Do you remember me talking about a movie called Terror in the Isles? It's just this kind of documentary where they talk about all the different horror shows, and I've seen that documentary quite a few times, and they use Rosemary's Baby quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that more than the actual full-length movie, but I do remember liking it, and I do remember it kind of being creepy. And
I also remember liking it. I remember thinking it was a great movie.
Yeah.
And being creeped out by it, and it left me feeling like with crawly skin. You know what I mean? Like that feeling where you're just like, oh, just want to. But then I never watched it again. And I think it's mostly just because I'm traumatized. That's what I think happens.
Okay, who's did this? Yeah, we'll use this one. Okay, let's watch the trailer and then make a prediction on whether or not we are going to like it.
Hey.
I don't think this is the trailer. I don't think that's a trailer.
I don't think that's a trailer either.
I think that's a clip.
I think they're about to have some sexy times.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
That feels like a trailer.
Here we go.
Oh, building is gorgeous.
Do you have children?
We plan to.
Oh, it's a wonderful apartment. I love
See what she's trying to do? She's trying to get you to lower the rent.
Oh, please, let's take it. Brownie?
Are you pregnant? No, not yet.
No, you're not religious, my dear, are you?
You know how actors are. They're all a bit self-centered. I dreamed someone was raping me. We have to make a baby. Dr. Hill?
Congratulations.
You're pregnant.
Now to a fine, healthy baby. Here, here.
Yeah. I have a pain. Here.
Pregnant women gain weight, they don't lose it.
Pain like that is a warning that something isn't right.
It's alive!
We're your friends, Rosemary. You witches! Go to hell!
I'll kill them before I let them touch you.
Somebody help me! What have you done to him, you maniac?
Pray for Rosemary's Baby.
I'm already feeling very uncomfortable. But also, I thought Mia Farrow was American, and then I just looked her up and I was like, oh, she is American. Where did that accent come from?
Yeah.
That's a weird accent. But anyways.
And we did not, here's some taglines. It's not what you're expecting.
Okay.
Conceived in terror, born in fear.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. The bizarre occult world of devilology, black magic, and witchcraft. If you believe, no explanation is necessary.
It's too many words.
Yeah. Eerie, spine-tingling, suspenseful to scare the yell out of you.
No.
And then Pray for Rosemary's Baby. Conceived in terror, born in fear, and then Pray for Rose are fantastic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It looks slow burn, obviously.
I feel a
so
little
was
nauseous.
so was The Shining. It looked beautiful. That trailer actually looked very beautiful.
Yeah.
I was reading an article, a very young millennial, almost Gen Z, who loves old movies. And they wrote this article saying that while they love today's movies, they have been noticing they watch a lot of physical media like 4K and stuff.
Yeah.
How much better older movies look now than the movies now, and they talk about 32 millimeter. It's very expensive. That's why they use the digital now. But they said the colors, the angles that were shot, and the movies today do not have that, and they don't. And that's why, like when we watched The Shining,
yeah,
it looked so beautiful. It looked amazing. And just watching this trailer on my shitty laptop, it's not a shitty laptop, but it's not even processed for 1080p on my TV or anything. It looked gorgeous.
100%.
Yeah, and for 1968.
There is an art form to film that I think is slowly and surely being lost.
Yeah.
And it's become too easy and too quick for someone who owns an iPhone to make a movie.
Yeah.
And you can see that there is no longer the same kind of training or apprenticeships. Nobody's teaching the art of it anymore. They're teaching get the shot. Do it quick, do it digital, be done. The art form itself, like there were times where you could watch a movie and the cinematography is so sweeping and gorgeous and just full that it enhances the movie. What would have been an average movie is now a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You're not getting that anymore. You're
getting
functional shots.
And they actually, in this article, they blamed a lot of it on it could be fixed in post. It's digital. It could be fixed in post. And you don't get that same. I think that's why a lot of people, when they see a Quentin Tarantino movie, whether you like his movies or not, when you look at a Quentin Tarantino movie, like The Hateful Eight, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they look amazing. He's still someone that does that. Martin Scorsese still does that. But movies on 32 cost a lot more than just digital movies do.
Well, also because it's hardly ever used in the industry now.
Yeah.
And that's upped the price and made it even more expensive than it originally was, because it originally was very expensive just to shoot on film.
Yeah. This does look like a slow burn psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it looks, I think I'm gonna like it. It looks great. It's the acting, the acting sometimes looks a little overacting, but
1960s.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm really going to like it. I think it's going to creep the fuck out of me. And I think I'm not going to want to watch it for another 30, 40 years. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch this movie and be so creeped out that I feel like I need a shower.
All right. Well, we are going to go watch Rosemary's Baby from 1968. And when we come back, we're going to review it. How am I going to end this? I used the same Oh, here we go. Ready? Oh, it's the 90s. Who cares?
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood.
That's not the right movie time. Oh, I'll just use the same old one, and we'll just do this from now on. All right. Thanks for watching. Come back next week and watch actual Rosemary's Baby. To work on that too.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.